What is up, guys? Welcome to Falcon's Garage. This will be my first POV video, hopefully of many to come. Now, angles might be a little bit bad or something like that, but it is my first one, so we will get better with time. Today we're working on a 2014 Hyundai with a 2.4 liter engine. So this procedure or job is going to be the same thing with the Tucsons, Accent, and all those Hyundai 2.4 liter engines. And what we're going to be doing is replacing the valve cover gasket. So what we need to start is by disconnecting all the connectors around the valve cover or the top of the engine. So here we are disconnecting our 4 coils, our high pressure fuel pump. I'm looking at these 2 wires here. They look kind of suspicious to me, but that wasn't one of the issues why this truck is here. So let's focus on the task at hand. So after we take off the connectors for the coils, we're gonna take off the coils with a 10 milli socket. Put the bolts off to the side. I had with a little magnet or something so you don't lose them. Disconnect the high pressure fuel pump. It has like a small harness. So now let's pull the coils out and clean them, kind of inspect them, make sure that there is like no excessive oil or something like that. So also whenever I take off the coils, I like to put them back in the same spots. So wherever you take off the first, second, third, fourth coil, I always try to put it back in the same spot. That way if there's any issues that come back, I kind of know that I put everything back kind of how it was. Anyways, taking off the coils, now this harness right here that connects to the coils, it also has 2 10 milli bolts. Now for this high pressure fuel line here, now we are going to have fuel that come out. You see this little plastic piece right here. So basically we're trying to get behind it and then push it towards you as you're pushing the line in or towards the back of the car, and then you'll feel it like click, and then you can pull the whole line out. Now let's get all this fuel cleaned out of here. We're gonna take off the valve cover right now anyways, but just trying to get everything as clean as possible. Now the harness, move it out of the way. We have one breather line or vacuum line that goes right here. This line goes to the throttle body boot, so you're just gonna pull it off of there. So with the metal line goes connected, like this is the top part, right? This is a 3/4 wrench, and you can loosen up the top of this line here. Now this line goes connected like under the intake, and we want to loosen it up also. Here to take out the high pressure fuel pump, we have another 2 10 millimeter bolts. Now when you want to take it off, you do like one side a little bit, the other side a little bit. The reason for this is that it has a big spring on the bottom, and if you take off one bolt and leave the other one on, the pump will kind of go sideways and you might break it or damage it, or even damage the threads where the those bolts go. But here it is. I'm smelling it because I want to check, make sure that it's not leaking fuel into the oil. So now I'm just double checking this follower here that goes or rolls, or the roller, it rolls on the camshaft. So I just want to make sure that everything looks good here, and it has a guide, so when you put it back it only goes in one way. So here it looks fine, so putting it back, slide it back in, should be able just to slide in. There it goes. So now onto this fuel line that I was talking about. We don't need to take it off, we just need to get it a little bit looser. So like I said, it gets connected down here, so you might have to move this harness out of the way, disconnect the camshaft sensor that goes here, just so you can have more room. You get the 3/4 wrench in there. Do whatever you have to do to get it in there and like get it to sit there, and then just loosen it up. Half a turn, 1 turn will get it loose enough where whenever you put the valve cover out, you know it's not on your way. So now we're just taking off all the 10 millimeter bolts that hold the valve cover. There's no specific pattern or specific way that you want to take them off. So I used the impact just to take all of them off. Now when I put them back on, I do it a little bit differently, but right now we're just taking it off. So just make sure that you don't miss any and not try to pry on the valve cover and break it or something. Here we have one more vacuum line that goes to the left side of the intake. Once we take this off, they have this metal bracket here. That's for like whenever you're going to replace the engine, that's where you connect the hoist. to pull the engine up. You want to take that one off too. It's a 13 millimeter bolt on the bottom, and that's the same thing, just because whenever you try to pull the valve cover up, it's going to be on your way. Once that's out of the way, we just take the valve cover off. Now yours might not come out as easily as this, but here it is. So now just to go clean it out, brake cleaner, whatever you have to do, get the gasket out of here, so we can replace it with a new one. Now let's clean our mating surfaces where the new valve cover or the new gasket is going to sit. So all around the lip of the head, you want to make sure that we get it cleaned out. There's two spots that's going to have silicone, and we want to put new silicone whenever we put the valve cover with a new gasket. And those two spots are basically where the timing cover and the head meet. You want to put like just a dab of silicone, not too much, but we want to make sure that everything's clean. So this is already cleaned it up, and that's the part number for the valve cover set. Should come all together right here. So now we put the silicone on this side and silicone on the back, just where the head and the timing cover meet. Sorry about this angle here. We will do better next time. So now let's seat the valve cover down, kind of a little bit angled around the fuel line. Once it seats properly, now I'm gonna start putting all the bolts in by hand, like 3-4 turns each one, just because I don't want to cross thread any. So just a little bit at a time, and then you go back, and with the impact gun you can go ahead and start actually getting them a little bit tighter. Whenever you're gonna start tying up the bolts, you want to do it like a cross pattern. If you want to start from the middle and then work your way outwards, or you want to do the 4 corners first and then work your way inwards, it's fine. Just it's always recommended to, whenever you're gonna tie something down, to do it in like crisscross pattern. Now tying up or getting all the bolts all the way seated with the impact gun. After this, I'm always gonna go back and make sure that they are tied by hand. That way none of them are loose. Sometimes whenever you start on one side and then you tighten up all the way to the other side, the first side that you did is kind of like a little bit looser. So that's all I'm doing right here, is making sure that everything's tight. If you want to know the exact torque on this, it's a 2-step torque. The first one is 4.5 foot-pounds, and the second one is 7.2 foot-pounds. So it's like nothing. So basically, once you go all the way down, you'll feel it get tight, and that's it. Same thing here on this on the high pressure fuel pump. You want to start tightening it down. Once you get it kind of like seated, you want to do like, I think it's 0.5 of a turn, so half a turn either side, and then you go back and torque those bolts. Same thing, almost 11 foot-pounds, 10.9 foot-pounds. Now we're gonna tighten up our fuel lines. This fuel line down here is by far probably the hardest thing about this job, just because it's so hard to get the wrench down there. Alright, so now put our coils back. If you have bad spark plugs, or you want to replace your spark plugs, this is a good time to do it. But now let's replace all of our coils. Put our harness back on. Don't forget, the harness has 2 10mm bolts. I believe those were black, and the coils were the silverish 10mm bolts. And then just go back at the end, and you can tighten everything up with the impact or electric ratchet or whatever you have. Don't over tighten them. Don't leave them loose. I'm not sure if there is even a torque in this ones, but just make sure everything's connected back. All your coils, your high pressure fuel pump, the harness that goes right here on this side, clip it to where it went. Connect it back to the high pressure fuel pump. Now to put our little the bracket, just in case you're gonna pull the engine out for the hoist. It was a 13 millimeter wrench or 13 millimeter bolt. You tighten it up with 13 millimeter wrench. Same thing. There's no room down here to do any of this, so. Fuel line, put it back where it went, just push it all the way back, you'll feel or hear a click. There it goes. Now it's back in place. Let's make sure that all of our harness are connected, all of our vacuum lines are connected. They're still missing this vacuum line on this side. Put it back on, put your hose clamp back on. Vacuum line on the driver's side or on the right side that goes to the throttle body boot. And that should pretty much be it, guys. Thank you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell for me, share the channel. Hope you guys enjoy my first POV video. The rest will be better angles, but I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.